parents, what have we gained from taking our children to school? Because we usually say that we are investing in our children, or we are making an investment when we are taking our children to school. What have we been given? Like, think about it. After 18 years of your child being in school, you have invested time, you've invested a lot of resources. Some people will even sell all their property just to put the kids in school, right? The time that we are giving to the schools, we also have given up a lot of wealth that we could have made. We could have made a lot of wealth if we actually had our children in our business. We've given that up. So at the end of, say, 18 years, when the kids are done with school, what is it that we are getting out of this investment? What is the return on investment? No. What is the return on investment? And please do not say that they get jobs, because jobs is not a return on investment. Finding a job is not a privilege. Those people that are running around and saying that you want employment, employment is not a privilege. Work is not a privilege. So, what have we gained for putting our children in school? 18 years of our children being in school, what have we gained? Remember, even those jobs, if you're thinking that a job is something that your child has gained, once they graduate, just having a degree does not mean your children just is given a job, which for one, it's not. It's something she really has to work to earn the money, and even to get that job, that child has to sit in front of some people who need that child to prove themselves to get something extremely mediocre. And when they get into that company, they will be placed in a hierarchy where they need to prove themselves to climb that ladder. And sometimes climbing that ladder is not that easy. It is made impossible. So you are constantly chasing something that you'll never get. So even getting those jobs is not a return on investment, because that money that you are getting, you have to earn it. You have to earn it. Like, money is energy. It's not supposed to be earned. It's just supposed to be received. It's supposed to be tapped. But you're put in a situation where you have to earn money. And the exchange is so bad that you work every day, but you're made to wait 30 days to be paid. So what is the return on investment on us taking our children to school? Can we question that? Why have children stopped being an asset to you personally as a parent? Why have children stopped helping you to expand your wealth? Why have children stopped being a blessing and become a liability? Why are you working so hard to pay for children to learn? Why? How can we all question that? And while we are questioning that, I would like us to question why we think the school is an authority. Why can't we challenge the schooling system? The school says you have kids going to school from 8 to 5. I have tried talking to parents and asking them, can you reduce the hours that this child is going to school? They say, oh no, we cannot do that. Why can't you do that? Why are you not able to do that? Can we say that we take our children to school from 2 to 4? This is only 2 hours a day. And the rest of the hours of a day, let the child sit with you in your business. And let the child learn how to run your own business. Right? And let us get out of employment, because your child is not going to learn anything from you being an accountant, because you are enclosed in an office that your child does not have access to. When are they going to learn the skills that you're having when you are employed as a secretary somewhere? When you're employed as a, We know that where we work, we don't go there with our children. So can we think about doing something that we can pass to our children by just daily experience? Can we challenge the idea of keeping our kids for 8 hours? This is 8 to 5 programming that we are doing to our children by putting them in school. Can we challenge that? Personally, I would give a very radical, and radical means rooted. I would give a very radical suggestion, which is just entirely remove them from schools. But that might be hard to do for a lot of people. So I would suggest reduce the hours. Let the kids go to school from 2 to 4. And if there's anyone who has a problem with that, then you can tell them, then we will not bring our children to school at all, because the government needs us to have these kids in school, because they are doing programming of things or programs that will benefit the government, that will benefit the system. But what about you? Because you have a system as well as a parent. You have a system. And what about you? Can you have your children benefiting you first and foremost as a parent? Can you do that? Can we do that as parents? And can we stop looking at the schooling system as an authority? It's not an authority. We are the authority. The children are also authority in their own standing. You are an authority. So let us challenge this idea that we cannot change the schooling. Another thing that parents have said a lot when I ask them, can you change and reduce the hours that your kids are going to school? They've said, if my kid is going to school only from 2 to 4, they are going to run behind others. They are not going to be in the same line with them. I'm like, in real life, nobody is in the same line. This real life we are living out here, who is in the same line with another person? Who has convinced us that children are magically supposed to just be in a bubble of a world where they are all in the same line? There is nobody that is on the same line with another. No, people are running at different paces. We are operating at different timelines, so that should not be different. If all the children in your child's school are going to school from 8 to 5, don't be shy to have your child go to school from 2 to 4. Because, as you might also be aware, 80% of the people, the majority of the people are always wrong. And that's usually because about 80 to 90% of the people you see walking around here are part of the system. They are not real people. So you say, when you're saying everybody is doing this, so I have to do it, you're actually following an illusion. Only about 10% or 20% of people are real. So instead of following what the majority are doing, follow what is here in your heart, because here is where the authority is. Putting your child in a four-walled room for 8 hours, and then having them drive from school to home for I don't know how long. By the time they get home, they are overwhelmed. They have no capacity to even receive any training that you might have, and you are also extremely exhausted. So even as we remove ourselves and deprogram ourselves from the 8 to 5 programming that was done to us, can we make sure we don't put our children in the same 8 to 5 programming? There is so much life out here. Let the children just live the life they want. Let the children self-direct. And let the children just live a life of creation. We are not supposed to be producers. We are supposed to be creators.